Hi guys, thanks for checking the video out. Steve Buzza here. Or where am I?
My stomping ground.
His stomping ground. It's the Houdini.
Hello everybody.
Rich Woods, head professional at Dainton Park. And we are at said Dainton Park. And it is match 4.
It is indeed.
Of our annual 18-hole match play battle.
We have done it every year.
For 3s.
Yes.
This is the 4th.
Yes.
And you got off to a storming 2 out of 2.
I did.
I did win last year.
Pegged one back, didn't you?
I won last year in the dark, if you remember.
Yes.
We were like completely dark.
We've got a beautiful day today, so I think light is going to be on our side.
There we go. It is stunning. Course is looking good. Who got Head Pro takes the honour.
Oh, thank you.
Head Pro takes the honour.
Right.
But no, very fortunate to be out here today. Stunning. A little putt, and the greens are good.
Rolling all right.
It's all good. Let's roll some in.
We are playing preferred lies on closely mown areas.
Ideal.
We've had a bit of rain.
Yeah, beautiful day for October. So we've usually played this one May time of week.
Yeah, a little bit earlier.
April, May.
Yeah, a bit earlier.
So you'll be seeing the course in a slightly different light.
It's green. It's lovely and green.
Lovely and green.
Right, I have got 5 wood.
5 wood.
And I pickle it down, end of the fairway, 270 away. So it shouldn't reach that.
I've got my 4 hybrid. I might change up to the hybrid. So down the left.
A little putt.
Might miss the fairway, but it's going to be absolutely fine.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to leave an interesting line in over the water.
I'm going to stick one with 4.
4 I think's good. The fairway is very much downhill from about sort of 200, so even if you don't really get it, you'll probably get a little skip forwards onto the plateau.
It's not like, it's not wet in the sense, it's not like,
No.
it's kind of, you want to have the fairway, like if I hit 4 iron and miss the fairway, I'm going to regret that.
Yeah, that's one of the things. If you've got one of those clubs where you are playing for position, the fairway is a must.
If I preferred lie this at about 100, I'm going to be feeling quite good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be feeling good.
Down the middle there.
Yeah. We're
Great start, we're away.
We are away.
Wonderbra. So Steve, you did find the fairway. You found the left portion of the fairway.
I did, yeah. Very important. It was a pretty good shot. We got 101.
101, we're going just over the water.
And we're downwind.
It is downwind, so it does play. It's a little bit downhill as well.
I've got 60.
What's that normal yardage for you then?
I've been watching the videos, have you? We just filmed one. I desperately need to spend some time. I've got 60, 54. I think 54, I was playing at about 110, and I think it's actually like 120.
Okay.
And this one, it's 90, 95.
Okay, well the water's definitely 15 short of the pin.
Yeah.
So you've got plenty of scope.
Yeah, I feel it's like a 3/4 one, just to like ensure the contact.
Yeah.
Just get it pushing in there. Oh man, slightly long.
A bit long, a little bit clean.
Little clean. Little clean. I thought it was working out. I've just, without knowing the number, you can see it was a bit of a hit it hard swing, just to make sure it cleared the water. I definitely need to do these freaking yardages. So Rich, slightly more to the left, 95 yards.
84 to cover the water.
And you're...
Well, my lob wedge is an 85-yard shot, so I'm kind of thinking downhill.
56 or 60?
60.
So 60, yeah.
Yeah, downhill and downwind. It should be nice, I think.
Yep. Like you haven't really, to this pin, you haven't really lost any angle.
No, it's a friendly pin.
If you were back left, you wouldn't like it from here, but
I would not have liked it.
It's not, and I feel like this is a birdie chance.
A bit long.
Just behind the pin. Birdie chance though. Probably hit. Quite a bit of wind out there today.
Yeah, it's a bit breezy.
On our backs. I think this is a different direction to what we played. Different direction to what we played last time, so
it's going to be interesting.
And it'll be very much different club selection, and the holes we'll be playing vary.
Which is always fun. Nice played.
I felt like I had there is a running theme. I haven't been practicing.
Those little feel shots, isn't it?
I think it's kind of a pitching wedge, if not a 9-iron. I haven't, the 9-iron's over there, so that rules that one out. I just like, you know, sometimes if you haven't been playing it, it's better just to use the one you have been.
But it's not in a bad shape.
It's sometimes better just to practice. So Richard, potentially 2 bites of the cherry. This one definitely for the 1-up. And if not, I then have to hold my one.
Got it falling just a little bit left to
Yeah,
right.
and this is quite a strong breeze. I reckon this could definitely make the ball want to go in that direction. So it may even be outside the hole. No, it just stayed there. The pod is obviously given, so I have one for the hair.
Right, so putt for the half with the Red Devil.
Red Devil.
That's the annoying thing. He's seen what mine did on the way down, so he knows it doesn't really move. Roy rolls it in. Very nicely putted. Well done.
A little harder than I would have liked, but all square.
All square.
2-1.
We take it to the next.
Hole 2.
Hole 2.
And I think this is one of the best holes in Devon.
It is nice. It's nice, quite nice that we've got soft fairway as well, because we've been playing it through the summer and you can knock it over the water and you can't stop it at the other end. Not. So it makes it tricky. But we're 265 to clear the water.
And we got the wind on our back. It looks longer today for some reason. Maybe my eyes are not working.
I'm taking it sort of at the corner of it.
Yeah.
I've got a bad back, Steve, you see.
You'd have it, to be fair, that he has had a bad back.
I sound like Mr. Pickard, don't I?
You do.
Known in Mini.
But I would
I've got a fly on my driver as well.
Oh, what did you do to deserve this bad luck?
Like Doug Sanders.
But both Richard and Pickard do have doctor's notes, so you just have to feel sorry.
He's got my ball to fly now.
He just wants to be part of the video. So good flight. It's just stayed on that corner like you said.
That should be good.
Will that go through the fairway?
No, I think that'll stop.
Yeah?
It was a fly on the wall, a fly on the ball documentary.
Oh, Richard. You haven't been on the channel for a year.
It begins.
Have not tied up.
I've got oodles of them. Pirates are my theme for this year. For example, what is a pirate's favourite school subject?
I don't know, Richard.
Art.
Oh, he's trying to use comedy for me to lose my concentration.
Yeah, and we all know that Steve's concentration levels are impeccable.
They are. I'm going over the corner.
Of course you are.
I'm messing about. Can I clear the tray?
If you hit it high, yes, you've got the length in the tank.
Is it worth it?
You will get closer to the green, so probably not.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, no problem. Little push, just got to sit down on that line. Kind of down here. It's going to be fine, might just go just through the fairway.
That was I'm a brave man until I got to about here and like, no, this is actually pretty stupid.
It's not a bad miss in fact. Okay, so we've got Steve. He has just, as we can see from up here, he's just come through the fairway.
It's 147.
Bit jumpy?
It's a bit, it's a strange one because the wind is like down this way. So I'm now from this angle, I'm kind of playing back into
Yeah, if you take on the pin as well, which is back left, you can see the pin right up in this back left corner.
It's just one of those, I could almost hit 8, I could almost hit wedge.
This is where course management.
I'm going 3/4 9 and
yeah.
It's one I'm going at the pin, and if the wind buffs it into the middle, I just accept it and go, that's fine.
Yeah, you're playing for 15 foot short and just a little bit right of the pin, I think, aren't you, really? It's a lovely golf shot. Is that long again? Steve, you can't go long.
That's in trouble.
It's not as long as our first time we played here, though.
Yeah, when I hit the wall. It's just...
So I am in a similar quandary to Stephen, but I am going to heed Stephen's mistake. I've got 127.
120. Playing up, it was so... the wind I had, it would... You know, if I don't get the jumper and I hit wedge, I come up 20 yards short and look silly. It is very much hit the fairway.
Well, I've got my pitching wedge goes about 135 to 140.
Yeah.
And my gap goes 115 to 120. So I'm being very positive with a gap, knowing that I just can't get it past that back.
Yeah, and in this match play situation, definitely, it would be crazy for you to go long after I've gone long. Hit it, wind. Hit it, wind. Took a nudge.
A little left, it's just on the fringe of it.
Taking a friendly bounce, I think it's fringe. Kind of, let's see where I am. We'll determine if that's a good shot or not. I've had a bad break, followed by a good break, followed by a horrendous break. 2 had nothing to do with me, 1 very much my own fault. I'm here, which is completely dead.
Well, I can't even see it. Oh, there we are, in there.
It was unplayable, but...
Use the rules to your advantage, Steve.
But I'm on the path here, so I get a drop. But where is my nearest point there? That's the only question.
I would be saying the nearest point of relief
is back in here.
Probably in there.
So, I get a good break. A bad break is it's jumping on here. The good break is I'm entitled to a free drop. The bad point...
Maybe there? You might... that's probably... You might be able to drop it into that little
so
spot.
I could potentially do that. And then the third, and this is where it is my fault. I left all my 4 wedges on the first green. So I got my 9-iron.
Very playable shot with a 9-iron.
So... Oh.
Oh, and he may fall over. So obviously if we were playing in tournament play, Steve would be marking and stuff.
Nearest point, yeah. So that is the nearest point.
Yeah. So you're no longer standing on the path or the wall.
If I drop it and it bounces...
Oh, the chances.
So this is kind of playable.
Probably, yes, with a lob wedge.
Do I go back and get my lob wedge?
That's a long walk. You can see how close we are. The back edge of the green is here. Steve's gone 10 yards long, and we kind of knew that could happen with...
So I've got the open 9-iron.
Oh, that famous open 9-iron. It's not gone quite far enough.
I'll have a look at it.
Are you opening the 9-iron again?
Yeah. That came out rather buttery. If you don't want to look at the positives.
That's beautifully played, just running on a little touch, isn't it? That with the wedge would have been lovely.
So, to conclude, I'm going to the next tee. You're 1 up. I'm going to hit the drive. Then I'm going to run over there and get my wedges.
Lovely jubbly.
That's what you call course management. So Richard, 1 up.
I am 1 up.
3rd hole.
Good.
In hindsight, I was just too aggressive.
You always have been an aggressive player.
Yeah, I should have hit pitch and wedge. But then again, that's obvious now. See, I hit it in the bush.
So we're par 5.
Par 5.
Into the wind, into maybe a bit off the right.
Into off the right, yeah. But predominantly into.
Yeah.
I think you got to. If you've got any plans of getting up there in 2 today, I think you need to hit a pretty good drive. When I say pretty good, very good. Hit a good one off the last though. And that one a little to the right.
Alright, it's a little thin. Near to the fairway, so I can lift clean it.
Yeah.
And then there'll be something long from there.
But I think that for a mystic, it coming out a bit flat into this wind is probably
not the worst flight in the world for this wind, no.
So
no.
It will be interesting where that is. But this is long today.
Yeah, we've hit. I think a couple of times ago you hit a 5 wood into this one, I think, and sometimes it's a long iron. That's nutted. That is straight up the chute up this way. Might not see it down.
That will be interesting. That's as good as I can hit.
Oh, now that is a dangerous statement. This man's 2 seconds of fame will be the best thing ever on YouTube.
So he's the saviour.
This is Rick. Rick's going to drive
Rick.
into my golf pad.
Thank you, good sir.
Here we go.
You've got 2 seconds of fame, Rick. What would you like to say?
There's a pint on it for me.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. So we've made it to the balls, both on the fairway. And kind of what we said on the tee, I really did hit my well, but you did it the right miss hit. You know, it went a bit low, it's then bounced and rolled a bit more. And you're only about 10 yards short of me.
Yeah, I did whisper sweet nothings that I thought I'd done you. So I feel a little bit silly.
So how far?
Got 288 yards to the trees that are 50 yards through the flag. That's all I can currently get. So it's less than that, and I can get the bunker that is at 198. So I'm going for something in between there.
198.
It's about
2.
Japanese dentist.
230. Oh, it's like playing with Mr. Pickard. I wondered where he got that joke from.
Right, so I've got 3 wood. It's uphill. It's into the wind.
Or any old man, I suppose. That's probably.
Playing the old card.
So have you got 3?
I got 3 woods. Yeah, I think this might get front edge. I don't think I'm getting all the way back, but we'll try our best.
Yeah,
that's all we can do.
That's all you can do. Oh, he smoked it.
Oh, that's almost one of those. It's almost one of them. I think it's going to be short left. Or
bounced left.
Green side trap, I reckon.
You think?
That was hit well.
Hell of a strike. What a flight. What a man.
What a shot you've got next.
217.
217, and you have got quite a big side slope, haven't you?
I think it's still 3 wood, I really do.
And it's got to be 10 yards uphill, and probably another 10 yards of wind, maybe 20 yards of wind, maybe.
The other issue
Go out that way.
is I need to choke up on it because the ball's above my feet. So I don't want to have like a high and try and hit it hard.
Okay.
Because I'm then going to be, the likelihood is I'm going to pop it up. So.
And are you going to just aim a little bit right, or are you going to do anything with your setup to sort of counteract?
I'm going to aim right corner of the. What am I on? I'm going to aim left corner of said right bunker.
Okay, so you're aiming a little bit right, the right hand edge of the green, and that's a good miss there. It's a nice flat spot.
Yeah.
Because if you do miss it left where I miss it, it kind of falls away. So I think Steve's thought this well. It's dangerous. He's bulleted it up the right.
Yeah.
It's up this way. I've heard featherings of tree, but I think you've hit that well enough probably to get just over. And here is where we find the lesser spotted red panda. And sometimes, if you're very, very lucky, you will also find the greater spotted Steve Buzza. He's found his ball, Right, that's enough of Mr. Attenborough.
I've been lucky.
You've been very fortunate to an extent.
This is a bit like in the way, but the lie, if you're going to be in the jungle, it's probably the best lie you're ever going to get in the jungle. I've got a line.
You could sort of, we're coming out bumbling and hoping, I think, a little bit, but...
This is the only pin you would be able to get out there. But this is I kind of got to assume you're going to get it up and down. You've hit such a good second, but then I don't want to leave it in here and then realise that you don't get up and down.
I think if you get on the green, you've done very, very well.
Oh no, mate, I'm still thinking birdie.
You're still thinking hole it.
You're not thinking birdie?
Hmm.
You watch and learn, Richard. I'll chip it in.
So he has just got snagged up a little bit, Steve, didn't it?
Yeah,
It had to be the miss.
The thing is, it was one of those, if I made sure it got on the green, the likelihood is I would have gone over.
Because you couldn't pop it up, could you?
Yeah, and I'm kind of, my short game's good at the minute. I do feel like I can get this up and down.
Okay.
If it wasn't good, I would have probably been a bit more aggressive there. Big statement.
Yes. So this is coming in here. It'll pop up with a lofted wedge. Oh, it's just a little bit firm. I think the rough here is doing that at the moment. It's really, really thick, and it does tend to sit down at the base of it. It's not that bad
a shot if you haven't just announced to the world my short game's really good at the minute. So Richard, not in the bunker, looking up. This is as basic as chips get. He was, I think, extremely unlucky. I reckon it's probably pitched kind of in this area here and violently kicked left. It's probably a couple yards from being potentially 15-20 feet. But he definitely has 2 bites at the cherry again. But I would, whereas I was chipping down the green, he's chipping into it. Only a duff causes him problems here. Oh, that's a little heavy-handed.
The issue, Steve, is you were saying it's a very easy chip. I was thinking, don't duff it in the bunker. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised with that. My chipping has been a little bit suspect as of late.
Oh, I was not aware of that. I feel
pitching good, chipping not so much.
Okay. Is it still you?
It is still on me, yes.
So, regardless, is it still for birdie and it's still for the win? If he misses this, I then get an opportunity to get out of jail, although in theory I did nothing wrong and handed myself in for a crime I did not commit. So
I've just got to decide whether bail is going to be offered. You're in the cell at the moment. They've got the door on the latch. I've got the key.
Downhill, I reckon slightly off of Richard's left. Greens are rolling nice. Downhill, pace is good. Be a bit scarier in the summer. Kind of deserves a birdie, but he's not getting it. Unlucky. You can have that one. That's fine.
Oh, very kind of you, Stephen.
It's kind. You're not missing that one straight up the hill.
I didn't expect it to turn. I think you were reading it as turning, weren't you?
I had it turning just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I did not read it to turn. So Steve, this is escaping out of jail.
Free the Buzzman.
And this is a little bit sneaky left to right. Wind going that way as well. It's just not giving it enough.
Yeah, I think that was a read.
It turned a lot.
Yeah. Did turn a lot. I was left edge. It's just not.
No, that's. I reckon that is a ball and a half. Yeah. Misread. Whoa.